I remember the heaviness of that day, a weight pressing down on me that I couldn't shake. My body ached in ways I couldn't describe. Each breath a struggle, each heartbeat a reminder that something was terribly wrong. I had been lying in bed all morning, too weak to move, staring at the ceiling as sunlight slanted across the room. My sister, always overprotective, hovered nearby, fussing over medicine and blankets. And then she did it. She left the door open. I didn't notice at first, too wrapped up in my own weakness, in the suffocating fog of pain. But when the sound came, the slow, deliberate creak of the floorboards, I knew someone else was in the house. My mind raced. I thought at first it was a neighbor, a delivery, anyone but what I soon realized. He walked in like he belonged, a stranger with familiarity in his smile that made my chest tighten with unease. I tried to speak, tried to call out, but my voice felt trapped in my throat. The air between us thickened, heavy with things unsaid and moments stolen. I should have trusted my instincts. Looking back, there were signs, subtle, almost invisible at the time. The sudden secrecy with her phone, the hushed conversations in another room, the way she smiled a little too quickly at texts I wasn't meant to see. I had brushed it off, telling myself I was imagining things, that I was being paranoid. But now, as he stepped closer, all those moments screamed at me. I watched them interact, the ease between them, the shared glances that weren't meant for me. Anger bubbled, but it was mixed with disbelief, confusion, a deep, gnawing hurt that made me question everything I thought I knew. My sister, the person I trusted most, had let this happen, or maybe she wanted it to. My mind spun, piecing together fragments of memory. The night she claimed to be out with friends, the sudden burst of laughter that felt misplaced, the excuses that didn't quite line up. I wanted to shout, to demand answers, but my body wouldn't let me. So I watched, and I realized in that helpless, heart-shattering moment that betrayal doesn't always come with warnings. Sometimes it slips in quietly, like a shadow, until you're surrounded by it. Later, when they left, I confronted my sister. My voice was weak but steady, trembling only slightly with the weight of the truth I was finally demanding. Why? I asked. Why him? Why now? She avoided my gaze, twisting a blanket in her hands. I didn't mean for it to happen like this, she whispered. I felt alone. I didn't know how to tell you. Her words made the betrayal sting even deeper. Loneliness, I realized, doesn't excuse hurting the people you love. And yet, there she was, vulnerable, human, flawed like all of us. I felt the sharp edge of anger, the deep ache of heartbreak, but also a reluctant empathy. She had made a choice, but she hadn't done it out of malice. The days that followed were the hardest. I replayed every memory with her, every laugh, every shared secret. Things I had cherished now carried the taste of lies. The betrayal was a lens that distorted reality. Even kindness felt like manipulation, even affection like performance. I wrestled with myself, torn between the lingering love for my sister and the devastation of knowing she had crossed a line I could never forgive easily. Eventually, I made my decision, not one of vengeance, not one of confrontation, but one of distance. I needed to heal, to reclaim my life from the shadows of what had happened. I moved into a small apartment, leaving the house that had once been a sanctuary. I walked alone through quiet streets, feeling the ache in my chest, but also the slow, steady pulse of self-respect returning. I learned that betrayal, even when it comes from someone you love, does not have to define you. Pain can exist alongside strength. Heartbreak can coexist with hope. And sometimes the quietest choice, the choice to step away, to protect yourself, to rebuild slowly, carries the most power. I still think of that day, the door left open, the shadow that walked in. I still feel the sting of heartbreak, but I also feel the courage it took to survive it, to walk away without letting the darkness consume me. And in that quiet strength, I found something I hadn't felt in a long time: peace.